Hello everybody and welcome to Mendoza in Argentina, where it is the third quarter-final on day 4 of the Women's Champions Trophy. It's New Zealand against England. Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Mendoza, but it is very, very hot. And these two teams are meeting each other because New Zealand tops Pool A. The Dutch, in their last pool match, needed to beat Japan by 2 clear goals. They could only beat Japan 1-0, the goal coming in the last seconds of the game, and they finished second. England were third until Argentina scored the 4th in their final pool match. Argentina, of course, beating England 4-1 48 hours ago. So the teams being brought out onto the middle of the park by the umpires. The temperature, low 30s at the moment. It has been up as high as 35 on the bench here earlier today. And as the teams are led out, once they're lined up, there's going to be a couple of presentations, 3 in fact. 1 on the New Zealand side and 2 on the England side. First of all, for New Zealand, and Pippa Hayward is receiving her 50th cap today. Congratulations to her. And for England, you can see the presentation being made on the other side. Maddie Hinch and Holly Webb are winning their 50th cap as well. So congratulations to all 3 players. Right, now the presentations have been made. The players are out on the park. We'll have the 2 national anthems, starting with New Zealand's and then England's. Well, these two teams know each other extremely well. This will be the 32nd meeting between New Zealand and England have won 12, New Zealand 10, with 9 draws. They are always close encounters. Let's have a look at the 2 lineups, starting with that of New Zealand. The number 16, Liz Thompson, makes a welcome return. She missed the game against China after picking up against an injury against the Netherlands last Sunday, so she will slot into the back line. Stacey Mickelson, number 31, who filled in at right back against China, will play further forward. There is Mark Hager, the Black Sticks coach, And this is the England lineup for you. And Ellie Watt at number 21 is the leading goal scorer for England at this competition with 2 goals. She starts on the bench. Alex Danson still named in the England lineup, but she, having picked up a concussion against the Hockey Roos in the first game, is unlikely to play any further part for Danny Kerry and his team. In fact, that is not Danny. Yes, it is Danny. I got confused there. He celebrated his birthday against Argentina. I'll be hoping for a different result here today. Mariana Herrero of Argentina is the umpire on the far side, and Kylie Seymour of Australia is blowing the whistle on the near side. England have never beaten New Zealand in the Champions Trophy. Can they change that stat here tonight? It's 10 o'clock in the morning, Friday in New Zealand. It's 9 o'clock in the evening on Thursday in the United Kingdom and England. Who is going to come out on top on this one? It's England who get us underway in this third quarter-final, attacking the goal to our right-hand side in the all-red strip. New Zealand in the all-black strip, and joining myself, Charlie Broom, in the commentary box for this one, the former Wales and Great Britain international, Sarah Thomas. And Sarah, we've been looking forward to this one all day, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly. This for me is the game of the day. Despite the fact that New Zealand top Pool A and England came 4th in Pool B, I think this is going to be the closest contest that we'll see today.
England on the front foot at the start through Owsley. Owsley runs into Sophie Cox and wins the free hit. New Zealand doesn't get the ball into the circle through Sam Quack, and Quack has run it back again. Gilbert goes to work, and it's ushered over the back line by Pippa Hayward. Taken quickly by Owsley, and Owsley runs into Merry, and Merry will win the free hit. New Zealand opened their campaign with a 2-1 win against Japan. They drew them 1-1 against the Netherlands. That was only the second time they've drawn against the Dutch, so a really big result for them, and they took that confidence through to the China game. They won that 2-0, courtesy of 2 penalty corners from Anita Punt, the Black Sticks captain. As for England, they opened up with a 2-1 loss to Australia. They then drew 1-1 with Germany and lost 4-1 to Argentina. I'm not sure the scoreline reflected 4-1. It was 1-1 with 9 minutes to go. England conceding 3 in those final 9 minutes, and 5 of those final 9 minutes they were playing with 10 players. Susanna Townsend was on the naughty step. 31.7 on the bench. It's been relentless all day here in the foothills of the Andes. Lee up the sideline, and Townsend, who was so good against Argentina, goes to ground. And Gilbert will take the free hit. Back to Laura Unsworth. Spreading it to that left flank where Ansley plays it up to McCallan. And McCallan, forward she comes, drives it in, and the touch from Owsley is saved by Sally Rutherford in the New Zealand goal. And England so close to opening up the scoring here, but a bright start from England.
Yeah, England have come out really well in the first half, haven't they? And great touch by Lily Owsley then. She knew exactly what she was doing, trying to put something on goal and making the goalkeeper have her first save of the day.
Owsley trying to do to New Zealand what Carla Rebecchi in Argentina did to England. And here's a chance again for England. Onto the reverse stick side, shot comes across, and Owsley penalised for the challenge. Sophie Bray with a reverse stick shot.
Yeah, great shot there from Sophie Bray. This is the one earlier from Lily Owsley, just getting that touch up, keeping the ball, momentum of the ball, keeping it moving forward, and that's the shot from Sophie Bray. You can see Lily Owsley there going to ground, but great ball across there from Sophie.
So the opening 3 and a bit minutes, all left to right. England will have done their work. They will know that if they give away cheap or any penalty corner, then they'll be in danger of conceding, because Anita Punt has been very good from the top of the circle. Good work here from McCallan. McCallan twisting, turning, gets nothing from Kylie Seymour, and New Zealand bring it away. Here's Sophie Cox with Sam Charlton outside her, trying to find Charlton. but across comes Gilbert to make the challenge. Charlton will take the sideline ball. Into Neal, to Thompson. Trying to pick up Webster. It's a 16. The last time these two played in the Champions Trophy match was in 2010, but New Zealand have won it back up the park, and Curtis doesn't get a chance to pull the trigger because Queck's there, but the ball has come in from Hayward, and Hinch puts it behind, taking no chances.
Yeah, great tackle there from Sam Queck. Really dangerous ball in. Nice lifted pass to the New Zealand player, but Sam deals with that very, very well.
She's at it again, the England captain, Queck, wearing the captain's armband in the absence of Alex Danson. She wasn't sure if it was outside. It was outside the circle, but a good save nevertheless. Ansley, oh dear, she's lost out. Nicholson wins the free hit, which Hunt will take. And it comes. Curtis trying to deflect it. Penalty corner coming. And, Mariana Redo just checking with Kylie Seymour before awarding the penalty corner. And England, despite their early dominance, have some defending to do.
Yeah, here we see Thompson just putting that ball in. It's just going to get a little lift onto Sam Queck's foot there, and that's unfortunately why England have conceded the penalty corner.
There's a 40-second pause in proceedings. The clock is stopped while the defensive team get their kit on, and once that 40 seconds has elapsed, the attacking team can take the penalty corner. Little shift to the right, which they always do. Punt then to try and beat Hinch. That's a good save. That's a good save from Hinch.
Yeah, a great save from Maddie. She looks on form today, which is great for the girls.
Anita Punt got hold of that, and it comes again. I think that was a foot. I think they're going to go upstairs here. Everyone's saying it was a foot.
New Zealand using that as a tactic at the moment, aren't they? Hitting the ball into the circle, and New Zealand girls looking to just get a little deft touch onto a foot of an England player.
Please. Okay, I'll take a look.
We're looking for Holly Webb. Carl Medchits of Ireland in the video umpire's box. Sam Charlton smacks it in, and it looked like a definite foot.
Sorry, Mariana.
There.
Yeah.
Mariana, it's hit an English foot. There's a short penalty corner, and New Zealand keeps their referral. Okay, it's a penalty corner, okay? Penalty corner.
It's pretty much a carbon copy of New Zealand's first one, isn't it?
So England need to sort out the defence. They haven't got the 40-second clock here because of the video referral. But the time has stopped anyway, so there's no time being lost in the game. Now, will there be a little shift to the right? Yes, there is. Had difficulty stopping the ball in practice down here, the Black Sticks, and this time they looked for the deflection. Webster coming in on the far post, but she was unable to make the contact.
Yeah, gone for a variation here. The Sticks made contact with the ball, but unfortunately it's just come off.
In fact,
Great
Sophie
ball.
Cox gets in the way of Webster.
Yeah, it's the first one's taken a touch off it, whereas it would have been better to leave that go through. Interesting tactic from Maddie Hinch, so starting to the right side of our goal, knows Anita Punt likes to go down that side, and then as soon as the ball was injected, she took 2 steps to the left and moved out.
We're just trying to psych Punt out, and that's behind Ellie Watton. Gunston with the sideline ball. To Roberts, to Charlton. This is King. Curtis. There's the free hit off Ansley. And King will take the free hit. Unsworth, not 5. Mariana Redo winning the ball in exactly the right spot. Unsworth gets a stick on it, long corner. comes, good stop on the top of the circle by Georgie Twig, and she brings it forward, finds Unsworth. Unsworth has a little look back, there's Ansley, but Curtis is in the way, so Unsworth tries to go up that sideline and just has a little bit of a chat back to the umpire, and the umpire doesn't like that. Up off the England stick, free hit to New Zealand, inside the England 25. Be taken by Charlton. Charlton driving towards the baseline, trying to take on Sophie Bray. Bray does well, wins possession, feeds it up to Townsend, and Townsend does really well in a tight situation. Townsend on the tomahawk, trying to pick up Ellie Watton. But fortunately from a New Zealand perspective, Sam Charlton is there. In fact, Ellie Gunson was there, sorry, to make the deflection.
Great vision there though from Susie Townsend driving down the left hand side. I mean, really difficult skill to do when you're moving, but the vision to see that pass was really good.
Yeah, she brought her form from the Argentina game into this one, has Susanna Townsend. Merry and Unsworth up against each other. Now Sam Quack. Quack comes back inside. Well, that's not a percentage ball at all, and Curtis picks it up and drives to the head of the circle. And Ansley's there to make the tackle, and here goes Townsend once again, trying to find Watton, but once again Gunson's in the way. Mickelson has Curtis to her left. Mickelson then though opts to go inside and tries to find punch with a rifling shot, and Hinch makes a good save with her right boot. But a lovely pass from Mickelson to Punt. Good hockey all round.
Yeah, great ball through there, So Punt making the lead, and a great shot as well across the goal onto Maddie Hinch's right foot, and she deals with it on this occasion. England at the moment though very much playing through the centre of the field, and the space is definitely on the outside, so they need to start looking to utilise that in the next minutes moving forward with this game.
They also need to look after the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing, is that as they're coming out of defence, because they're defending through the centre, as they come out they're not working hard enough early to get wide into those positions where we can keep the ball safely.
Anna McLeod takes the restart, looking for Jo Lee. Lee can't get on the end of it, and back with Ansley. Ansley's pass to Gilbert. Behind the England number 10. And we're ticking up towards 10 minutes gone in this first quarter. Still no score. New Zealand 0, England 0. Gunson fires it out to that right-hand side where Roberts plays it down the line. King. Good stick on the ball from Holly Webb. And Webb takes on Sophie Cox. Free hit to England. Ansley to Unsworth, and Unsworth has lost the ball. A real chance here for Webster. Good save from Maddie Hinch, and Unsworth still rattled, can't get a stick on the ball, and England lucky not to concede. But a real error from Unsworth, who's going to refer this. Now this could be a rush of blood to the head here.
Okay.
No, they're not.
You say yes, huh? Yes, yes. Sorry, it's not a foul.
Yeah, they don't want to lose their referral this early on if they're not 100%.
Well, I think England might have got away with that, because if Unsworth has asked for the referral, really they should take it.
Yeah, she's just gone to push the ball and she's completely missed it, hasn't she? Mary using some strength to power through that, but
that was 40 seconds that Laura Unsworth would want to forget.
Yeah.
And now she's got to regroup. Well, the 40 seconds has elapsed, so I'm not...
Yeah, they're not rushing
quite
themselves,
sure.
They're making sure.
They have got the referral. Right. The top of the circle, though, is Neil. Neil sees her first effort charge down, the second effort charge down, Merry. On the line stuff from Owsley, who was prostrate in the circle.
Yeah, brilliant commitment there from Owsley. First runner out to the top, great stop, and then again really committing to the cause to ensure that there's no backhand shot from the top of the circle.
Well, they want McCallan to come back into the fray, and now McCallan's, well, I'm not sure what's going on there. They called for McCallum to come back. She came back, and now she's being sent back to the halfway line.
Yeah, they don't look 100% on the corners.
Ollie Webb puts the mask back on. And it's Neil once again, and they've scored, but I think that was a deflection off Keddle. I think that's got a deflection because Hitch has gone the wrong way.
Yeah, she did look to step to her right, didn't she? So let's see it from this angle as the ball comes from the top. Yeah, it's taking a deflection off number 24 there for New Zealand.
Rose Keddle.
That's really unfortunate. The ball's come in and she's just taken that little tip on it, and it's edge past then.
So New Zealand go in front by a goal to nil. As Keddle gets her first goal of the tournament.
I mean, England started the game well. They had some intensity and they were getting down into the attacking circle, but the difference, I think, up until now is that when New Zealand have got into the attack in 23, they've actually got penalty corners from it, and that's what you need to do. You need to be clinical in those areas.
Well, that is a concern for England, because the one thing they have not been is clinical from penalty corners, and that's not just at this tournament. You could possibly argue it's since the London Games of 2012.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of talk about that and how there's been no definite replacement for Krista Cullen, but as we saw in the summer with the USA.
As Curtis goes forward, we'll come back to that USA thought in a second. Good work from Sam Quack.
Yeah, as I was saying, the summer in the USA, they don't have a drag flicker, but they made some really good variations. So as per the last game with England, what I'd like them to see today is them making those variations and using the corners that we've been successful with previously.
Gilbert trying to feed Bray onto the reverse stick, playing in towards the goal, and that's Blackstick's foot, and England had their penalty corner.
Yeah, opportunity to see.
And a chance for England to leave us with egg on our faces.
Yeah, good work from Bray there, driving into the circle. She's got a very good backhand, so that's definitely a threat, but on this occasion knows exactly what she's doing, chooses to keep her stick on the ball and push the ball into Hayward's foot to get that PC.
Big discussion at the top of the circle. We've still got 10 seconds in which to work it out. Townsend, Unsworth at the top.
Well, we've got Sam Quack to the left as well, so.
It's all shift. What the heavens, what's going on here? It's Unsworth, slaps! There you go! Egg on our faces, and England score from a penalty corner. They shift it to the left. Unsworth slaps it in, and the lead for New Zealand lasts barely a minute.
Yeah, that was really interesting from the English girls. They put Sam Quack to the left-hand side, but she didn't stay at the top of the circle. You'll see her running in, and as a result, she takes the New Zealand defender out of the game, allowing Laura Unsworth plenty of time to slot that one home. Beautiful slap from Unzi into the far corner. Really, really accurate work from them.
It's our first goal of the tournament for Laura Unsworth. That's a brilliant...
great little lift on it as well.
Really good angle. Commentator's curse works in England's favour this time.
Yep. But that's what they need to do. They need to use variations. Work to their strengths that they have on the field.
Mickelson. Drops it back out. Gunson. Neal. Grant to her left. Here is Grant. Oh, just failing to reach it is Bray. Hayward. Rifles it in. Quack's there again. Quack bringing it out from the 25, feeds it out to Townsend, who starts to make tracks down that left flank for England. Townsend up against Charlton. Still Susanna Townsend, and eventually Gunson gets it out of play. Owsley, good work from Owsley, down the baseline she goes. Owsley sees the ball put behind for a long corner, but England finishing the quarter as they started it on the front foot. Ball across, and that's good physical defending from Neal.
Yeah, really good strength there from Neal. Managing to get to the ball first and secure it to give a good pass out.
Here is Mickelson. This is Curtis. Curtis, who's got some lovely skill on it. He's tackled by Sam Quack, the England captain. Final 90 seconds. To the circle it goes, and England battling to get it clear through McCallan. From the free hit. And the quarter time report will read, Sarah Thomas.
Yeah, very, very equal at the moment. I mean, it seems obvious with it 1-1, but we've seen both teams have periods of play where they've been down the attacking circle and been making the most of their opportunities. I think the key now is the team who gets not just the second goal but the third. New Zealand know how strong Maddie Hinch is at shuttles, and I'm certain they will want to win this game if they can in the 70 minutes or 60 minutes.
Final 30 seconds then. Sophie Cox loses out to Susie Gilbert. So it'll be one last throw of the dice for New Zealand. Cox and Gilbert, high stick from Gilbert, play on, says the umpire. Now New Zealand win the free hit. England have got to concentrate here. Hayward to the head of the circle. Hayward in, Hayward with a shot, Hayward with an air shot, and England switched off there.
Yeah, Owsley missed the tackle on top of the circle there, allowing Hayward the space to get in, but fortunately for England, she just completely missed it.
So, a couple of goals in this opening quarter, but they've been shared. Very close this one. New Zealand won, England won. So, Sam Quack and her team will be happy that they've come from behind in that first quarter.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's never good conceding a goal, and the best answer to that is always to get one back on the score sheet, and they've done exactly that.
Let's see if we can listen into the huddles here.
Promete mucho y la verdad se ha puesto muy interesante. 1-1. New Zealand, England, 1-1.
Striker shape on the press.
Haciéndole mientras esperamos.
That's what Mark Hager has to say. I wonder if we can listen in to what Danny Kerry's been saying to his, or is saying to his lot.
No olviden hidratarse, traten de mojarse la cabeza, ponerse una gorrita, algo que nos proteja un poco del calor. Pero siempre todos mojarse, aguantando. Tienen que seguir aguantando para la leona.
Es así, Pato, y mira, tenés ahí, yo te voy a decir, tengo una sorpresa para el medio tiempo, para cuando tengamos el minuto, porque ahora no tenemos mucho tiempo.
Pick up what Danny is saying, but England have got 15 seconds to get ready for this second quarter. We've seen a number of teams getting caught short and not being ready.
5-4, please.
And in fact, Hannah McLeod has just walked the ball away. And now takes it quickly, and Gloyn, number 28 for New Zealand, very slow to take up her position on the pitch. And yet again, I'm flabbergasted that a team is caught short at the start of a quarter when you've got the clock counting down in the stadium.
Exactly, you should most definitely be in position by then and rearing to go.
Unsworth, scorer of the England goal. Brings it back to Webb, who tries to pick out Watton. Ball over the top, it's easily picked up by Ansley, who plays it back to Webb, Webb to Unsworth, and Unsworth almost sees Merry pick off her pass to Sam Quack, and then Merry does pick up Quack's ball, and Merry doing a good job of pressing, Mickelson. Here's Merry, who's already got 2 goals. Plays it across the circle. Chance still arrives for New Zealand, and they've won the penalty corner as Mickelson tries to go round Hinch.
Yeah, and I think that's what I picked up from Danny Kerry's half-time talk there, was the fact that when they're trying to get out of the back, they haven't got the extra defender. We'll go back to that. Good cross across the circle. Great take from Stacey Mickelson, and we all know how skillful she is. She just manages to do enough to win herself a corner. But as I was saying, what's happening is that they've got the defenders, but they haven't got an outlet on the right-hand side in defence. So Danny Kerry was asking his team that the midfield gets there early, and on this occasion, Susanna Townsend was trying to get there, but wasn't there quick enough, and as a result, Sam had to play through the centre again.
So here we go then. Punt is at the top of the circle with Neil. It is the Black Sticks captain. They look for the deflection, and the save is made by Hinch, and then Unsworth is there just to make sure that New Zealand can't put in the rebound.
Yeah, they've gone for the deflection again this time. Punt off the top, feeding it in. They're taking off the number 1 runner on the right-hand side. It'd almost be better to leave that go through to the second runner and get her out a bit wider so we can pull Anzi out. But well saved there from Maddie.
Arzi gets half a touch. Punt. Nice little pass from Punt. Here is Georgie Twigg into Haycroft, back to Twigg. Twigg through the middle, Twigg still going, wins the free hit. And Cox has got to be careful there. Unsworth with the free hit. There is Ansley. And through it goes, that's gone all the way through.
I think she's protesting at the number 12 New Zealand player. Gunson was holding her, but the umpire didn't see it.
Townsend on the reverse stick. Oh, it's come through to McLeod, and the play allowed to continue.
Wow, that just dropped
Rutherford
perfectly.
Clears over the top of Hannah McLeod's stick. In a game that is so tight, or seems to be so tight and is so tight, those sort of chances you've got to work the keeper.
Yeah, those are the moments on
They're
there.
in round the back again. McLeod tries to play it in. Good defensive work from the Black Sticks, but it's not over yet. Quack drops it out to Unsworth. England enjoying a purple patch right now. Can they make it count?
England got better structure now. Susanna Townsend's out on the left-hand side, providing stretch, and you've got Sam Queck on the right, which is enabling this space through the centre. Perfect.
Quack to Twigg. Twigg running into the corner, has Owsley behind her. Here is Owsley. Owsley up against Sophie Cox, wins the free hit. Has Quack to her left. Unsworth coming off, McCullen coming on. Quack around Curtis, still going. Quack trying to get the ball across, hits it, and it's rather fortuitous that it comes up onto the stick of Hayward and then behind for a 16. First time in from Twigg, and Twigg still got possession. Twigg cuts back inside, and they want the penalty corner. Nothing coming from the umpire, Kylie Seymour of Australia, and McLeod and England pressing the Black Sticks right now. And I just think it was too far in front of Georgie Twigg on that occasion. That's why I think umpire Seymour doesn't give the penalty corner.
Yeah, no, and I would definitely agree with the umpire on that occasion. I mean, at some stage you've got to ask for a skill from a player to give a penalty corner. Here's the one that's dropped earlier and almost went to Hannah McLeod, but just bobbled over a stick. No, I think the umpire's right. You've got to ask for the player to show some bit of skill in order to win a penalty corner. You can't be giving easy corners away.
Ansley. Townsend drops it out. England come round the back. Webb. There's plenty of space for McCallum, to work in. And that's a lovely pass to Townsend, but she can't bring it under control. And this has been a good start to this second quarter, apart from the first minute when New Zealand had that shot from Merry.
Yeah, it is good from England, but I can hear Danny Carey screaming in the stands, and I know exactly his point is the fact that they haven't got stretch on both sides of the field. So if the ball is on the left-hand side, not the midfielder isn't working hard enough to provide that space on the outside, and as a result, they're just going to have to keep playing down the centre.
There you go, England. McCallan to the edge of the circle. That's a good-looking tackle from Samantha Charlton. Sam Charlton now up to the halfway line, slots it inside to Mickelson. Mickelson looking to play Charlton but down that right flank, but England through Haycroft bring possession back, and then Sarah Haycroft rather gives possession away. And, in fact, New Zealand have the free hit just on the halfway line, which will be taken by King. Julia King restarts us. Roberts. Grant. Kettle, who scored the opening goal for New Zealand. This is Charlton, trying to find Kettle. Still Charlton. Charlton winds one up. And Merry was leading to her right, and the ball went to her left. Well, that's the ball in from Charlton. Unsworth into Twig, who can't bring it under control the first time of asking. Kettle up to Punt. Punt will use her pace against Jolie, and then she passes it into Mickelson. Mickelson and Ansley clash at the top of the circle, and Mickelson wins the.
I guess that's the advantage of playing Mickelson high up the field, isn't it? You know, she's consistently played right defender for New Zealand, and she did that in London 2012, and now they're playing her high up the field due to her skill.
Couple of deflections, and it's off Ansley's foot, in fact, for a penalty corner. The umpire looks rather warm.
Very hot down there, isn't it? Yeah, use the tactic again from New Zealand, putting that long ball in and just looking to get a deflection, and for the third time now in this game already, they've managed to get a penalty corner from it.
So, Merry and Punt at the top of the circle. Punt will be the drag flicker if they go direct. Merry will be the slap. It's Punt, and they've scored, and it's got it off. I think it's gone off. No, it's gone off. McCallan on the post. Shona McCallan on the left post, just deflected it in.
Yeah, here we can see Anita Punt at the top again, and it's just gone yet. Shona McCallan has come off her stick and evaded Maddie Hinge to go into the back of the net, and you can see how devastated she is with that as her head goes to the ground.
Well, that'll be Anita Punt's third goal of the competition. New Zealand lead by 2-1, all 3 goals coming from penalty corners. And that goal somewhat against the run of play in this second quarter.
Yeah, exactly, but again, it's about being really critical and clinical with what you do when you've got the ball and you've got possession high up the field. I mean, England really need to create opportunities now, and they need to get themselves back into this game as quickly as possible.
The last time New Zealand led for only a minute. Mickelson has Webster and Punt to her right. Here is Punt. Punt inside McCallan. Punt still going. Punt up in the circle to Sophie Cox. And McCallan brings it away. Drops it out to Ansley, and Webster comes across.
New Zealand somehow, though, on every single attack managed to have 3 players in the circle ahead of the ball carrier, and hence how they managed to get these little deflections and these penalty corners. They're a very attacking team, and that comes from Mark Hager, who's their coach. He was an Australian international forward himself, so he really likes to take those risks in attack. But if England can win the ball in midfield, they will have that space in which they can then counter.
The winner of this match will face Australia in the semi-final. And Mickelson is running the show here for New Zealand, comes forward once again. Little pause in proceedings, and she drops it out to King. To Neil. Gunson now on this left-hand flank for New Zealand, comes inside Owsley. Little look up. Back to Neil. This is Roberts. Roberts in towards Merry. Merry gets the touch, but it goes outside of the circle. Punt gives away the free hit. And in fact, it's been given for an earlier infringement on the other side of the park, is it? I'm not sure. But anyway, England being allowed to take it from the right flank, and Gilbert does well to get past Punt and plays it into McLeod. McLeod, I think, had just come on. There is Hannah McLeod, wanting more support from the midfield. Good take from Shipley. It's very congested down this right flank for England. They've won the ball, and Owsley will take it. Owsley to the edge of the circle. Owsley into the circle, still going. And had a little look to Carly Seymour, asking whether or not she might have been impeded in her run into the circle. Mickelson though at the other end. Mickelson! Well done, Maddie Hinch, because I think she gets a stick on that and deflects it over with the goal at Olivia Merry's mercy. Hinch rescues England.
Yeah, really good work there from Maddie Hinch. She had a couple of players again in the circle higher than the ball carrier, and Mickelson choosing not to shoot but actually to drive towards Maddie and try and create that 2v1, and Maddie came out on top on this occasion. Somehow again, a lot of players in attack working really hard off the ball, and here's Mickelson's carry into the circle, evading the defender and creating that 2v1 opportunity, but Maddie Hinch comes out and makes a lovely save on this one.
Yeah, she makes the save because she's come off the line. She stays on the line and she only saves it if Merry hits it at her. Good proactive goalkeeping. England #1 on her 50th cap. King. 3 minutes of the first half remaining. New Zealand 2, England 1. The New Zealand second goal coming in the second quarter. Home goal really for McCallum, but
so England are taking the sideline hit off the left-hand side, and they have no right defender in place, so it's putting the central defender under an awful lot of pressure at the moment, and hence they keep on giving the ball away.
Well, Danny Kerry will be able to get hold of his team in just over 2.5 minutes. Quack up against Webster.
The advantage of getting not having a player on the opposite side of the field is that they have more numbers in the area, but therefore they need to utilise those numbers by creating 2v1s and not just using 1v1s in midfield.
Up the line, looking for Owsley, and again Gunson right on Owsley's back, and the England forward can't bring it under control. Here is Gunson inside the final 2 minutes. Webster, Charlton, King. Oh, that's up off the stick of Sophie Cox, and must be an England hit. It is an England hit. And I think Owsley let it go because she wasn't sure which way the hit was. Anita Punt is saying that England took it. And England, I think, did take it. It's just Lily Owsley wasn't on the same wavelength as everybody else. Webb trying to pick out Bray, and Bray's got herself the right side of Charlton. Bray, though, can't get past Brooke Neal, who puts down a big flat stick and wins possession back. There is Cox. One all at quarter time. New Zealand leading in the run up to half time by 2-1 inside the final minute of the first half. A very close encounter, this one. New Zealand just about shading it. That's a 16. Townsend runs into a bit of trouble and has to rely on her skill to get herself out of it. And she wins the free hit, which Twigg is looking to take quickly. 15 seconds remain. Webb, a lovely ball to Owsley. Owsley driving into the 25. Owsley loses possession to Gunson, and that will be the end of the first half. And punt will just see the clock down. There is the half-time hooter, and New Zealand are in front at the break. They got the go-ahead goal in the second quarter, courtesy of Anita Punt. New Zealand lead by 2-1. Well, Anita Punt will be pretty happy with the way her team have played, and her penalty corner, the difference between the two. Hannah McLeod almost having a great opportunity to give England the lead, in fact, before that goal for Anita Punt. And Sophie Bray has also been dangerous for England, but England have carved out some opportunities, but the final shot on goal has been eluding them for the time being. It's the Black Sticks of New Zealand that are in front at half-time. This one evenly, boys. Please do join us for the second half, because at half-time it's New Zealand 2, England 1. Welcome back to Mendoza. We're at half-time in this quarter-final between New Zealand and England. It is the Black Sticks that have the advantage. They lead by 2-1. Kettle giving New Zealand the lead in the 11th minute, but as you can see, the lead lasting just one. And let's have a look at the highlights of that first half with Sarah Thomas. And Sarah, it's been a fascinating first 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's been lots of opportunities for both teams, and at the moment nothing really separates it. It's 2-1 and nothing really separates it in terms of the game they're playing out there. It'd be interesting in the third quarter how England come out now. They need to get that second goal. They need to get back on the score sheet as soon as possible.
Well, Maddie Hinch beaten by 2 deflected penalty corners. Laura Unsworth with a perfectly weighted and heighted slap. They've had their chances, England, like they've had in most of their matches, but just an inability to finish off some of them. And that's the deflection off Shona McCallan. Real disappointment for her, but this could have been 3-1 very easily. Mickelson to Mary, a bit in front of Mary, so she's going at it with one hand, but Maddie Hinch does well to come across. This is the game in black and white. New Zealand shading it in terms of possession, 53-47, but pretty similar circle penetrations. But look at the shots, just the one shot from England from there, 6, 4 from 7 from New Zealand, and lead by 2-1, and also 6 penalty corners for the Black Sticks. You look for a 1 in 3 conversion, well, they've got it. England, well, they need more penalty corners. So don't forget about social media. You can stay in contact with us on Facebook at facebook.com/FI Hockey. If Twitter's your thing, our Twitter handle is @FIH_hockey. Use the hashtag CT2014. Also Instagram and YouTube, where you can find us at FI Hockey. And it's worth pointing out that the 2014 Player of the Year vote is open to fans. Yes, if you're watching this and you know who you like and who you think the best hockey player in the world is, well, the FIH is launching an online voting for the Player of the Year, Goalkeeper of the Year and Rising Star of the Year for both men and women. Now, this is going to be decided by players that are participating in both Champions Trophies, so the one here in Mendoza and the men's over in Bhubaneswar in India, which starts this weekend. The coaches are also voting, but most importantly, the vote is open, as I said, for the first time to the fans of hockey from the middle of December. So from the 15th of December, the day after the end of the Men's Champions Trophy in India, you will be able to vote. Stay tuned on FIH social media, Facebook and Twitter for more information. I can tell you that a short list has been drawn up for each of the categories by an expert panel of coaches, players, media and umpire. So they've made the job slightly easier for you. And I think we can get Danny Kerry's reaction for the first half.
Danny, what are you expecting from your team in the second half?
Their brains are fried a bit. They need to be onto the ball quicker, a little bit more width. They're very, very narrow. There's no width in our play. People have committed a couple of errors, so there's a lot of anxiety creep in. They've just got to stay confident in what they're trying to do, get a bit more width in the game, organise better so they can't just hit it into our circle.
Brilliant, thanks for your time.
Yeah, that's good of Danny Kerry to give us his time, and Laura Unsworth was nodding away as Danny Kerry was giving his reply to Mel Clulo, who was asking the question. And, Danny seemed a little anxious there in his reply as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's exactly right. It's the point I've been trying to make in the first half is they don't have that width and they have a lot of numbers on the ball side, but they're not utilising that. They can't then take on 1v1s. You've got to pass the ball around and create those 2v1s. So if they do get more width in the second half, it'll create more space for them in terms of attacking. And on the other hand, that's exactly where the opportunities have come from New Zealand, by pumping the ball in and them getting the foot for the corner. So they need to stop that, England, if they're to get back into this game in the second half.
Maddie Hinch celebrating her 50th cap here tonight as we look down from the top of the stand. Not a cloud in the sky in Mendoza. It hasn't been a cloud for the last 4 days. It's been absolutely glorious to watch hockey, not so glorious to play it, I'm sure. New Zealand get us underway in the second half, leading England by 2-1, looking to maintain the hoodoo over England in the Champions Trophy. England have never beaten New Zealand in this competition. They met twice in 2002, New Zealand winning in the first round 5-0, then in the 5th-6th playoff match by 2-0. Then they met in 2010 in the first round where it was a 2-all draw. And England get the ball for a screening. Townsend dispossessed by Hayward. Merry off Ansley, who got a wrap on the knuckles as well. Here is Charlton. Throws the aerial, looking to find Grant. It's a good aerial too. Jordan Grant trying to pick out punt. Can't find punt, but Hayward has possession, and this is Gunson. Gunson up against McCallum. And let's see, New Zealand ball. And a lead by Webster, not picked up by Gunson. This is Susie Gilbert. So Unsworth draws the foul off Webster. Picks out Owsley. Owsley coming into the top of the circle, still alive for Owsley. Owsley just can't get a stick on the ball and then gives away the free hit.
Yeah, they're crowding Lily Owsley out today, aren't they? She's been, you know, very dangerous early on in the tournament, and without England's prolific goal scorer of Alex Danson not playing, I think she's one that they will have definitely identified as being a danger.
Gilbert takes it quickly to Bray. Bray wins the free hit off Gunson. Bray trying to feed McLeod. McLeod just drops her hip as Neil comes across and gives away the free hit. The sun getting quite low behind the stand. You can just see there Brooke Neal shielding her eyes as we see the replay of Owsley committing the foul. Charlton over to Neil. This is Webster. Queck comes away with the ball. Queck still going. And fouled again.
But that's the difference at the minute. When England pick up the ball like Sam Queck did, then there's absolutely no one, maybe sometimes one person in front of them. Whereas when New Zealand pick up the ball, they've got 3-4 players in front, so they have those options in which they can play to.
This is King. Charged down by Watton, just gone out of play. But that's good work from Ellie Watton. She's at it again. King will leave it for Charlton. Charlton to Hayward. Hayward. Tackled by McLeod, good backtracking from McLeod, but Unsworth gets half a stick on it, but it's fallen for Sophie Cox. Cox trying to get the shot away. Gets the foot off Sam Queck. It's a penalty corner. England can't afford to go 3-1 down here. If Anita Punt can find the back ball once more,
Yeah,
she'll put her team in a really strong position.
Yeah, Sam Queck getting nice and low there, but the New Zealand player using that body and just turning into Sam and her foot. When she's down that low, then she can't see where the ball is. She's already committed.
Anita Punt and Brooke Neal having a chat on the top of the circle. A 7th penalty corner from New Zealand. Charlton stopping. Little shift to the right, as is the case. It's going to be Punt again. Off Ellie Watton's foot. And, well, England had a chance to break. Punt looked like she was going to refer it and didn't refer it. So obviously not 100% sure, and England looked to take it quickly, and they're stopped in their tracks. And they've knocked the ball away. King has knocked the ball away after the whistle has gone. Mariana Rado not moved, but we've seen penalty corners given in this competition when players have done that. Ooh. Into Sophie Bray. Into the circle it goes, but getting it away is Charlton. Here is Quack. Couple of pretty rough challenges going in on the England captain. McCallan. Punt clears. And here is Merry. In fact, it's Mickelson, excuse me, Mickelson. Finds Sophie Cox. And there's just a bit more space and time for New Zealand as they look to attack.
Yeah, they're getting the defenders into good positions, which is providing width on both sides. Here's the corner again from New Zealand, and we can see it's run down.
England's picked up a card here. Oh, hold on, who's picked up a card? Susanna Townsend has picked up a card. A green card. Her second green card of the tournament. In fact, she's picked up 3 in 4 games. 2 greens and a yellow. Picked the yellow up against Argentina in the final 10 minutes. England's shipped 2 goals while she was off the park against Argentina.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing in the quarters, that the 2 minutes off is a long period of time in which a team has to deal with it, especially with this heat this evening. It's going to be difficult out there now, so the England girls need to be really, really sensible in what they do.
Best form of defence is attack, and that's exactly what they are trying to do. And Jo Lee wins the long corner. Yeah. Back to Quack. Shipley. And Ansley didn't really anticipate that. And New Zealand used the time to make a line change. Kettle to punt. It's off the feet of the New Zealand skipper, it was. And Haycroft wants to take it quickly. Haycroft. And England so far dealing with this green card very well. There is Twig.
England just playing into the same channel time after time, and yes, they've got numbers there, but New Zealand are just picking the ball out. It's just so congested. They need to try and transfer the ball across, because there's acres of space on the left-hand side in which they can work in.
Mickelson on the ball. She's looked dangerous for New Zealand. She plays into Sophie Cox, and there's three black stick players up against Ansley there.
And that's happened the whole game. They're working really hard, the New Zealand players, to get ahead of the ball and to have people in the circle who can then provide options.
Roberts, the first time, doesn't have many options, and subsequently Ansley can close her down. King goes round McLeod. McLeod gets the ball out of play. King restarts. Roberts up to punt. He tries to deflect it towards Merry. It's an England ball. And England have weathered that green card just fine. They're back up to the full complement of 11, but punt has won the free hit on the 25. Punt too high, surely. It is. A free out for England. There is Shipley. Oh, sorry, it's Holly Webb. And Cox can't bring that under control. It's a visionary ball from Anita Punt. Ansley. Oh, and England have lost possession high up the park. Twig almost guilty of getting caught with it, and now Mickelson. Twig had to make sure there, that was a rather forceful challenge, but she got the ball. Mickelson. So, Webster down goes Webb. Mickelson will take the free hit. Good tackle from Twig. Owsley, the defensive end of England's pitch as well, wins the free hit. The aerial ball thrown, it's picked up, or it's not picked up in fact, by Lee. Good pick from Owsley. Owsley with Cox tracking back, finds Lee. Lee on the reverse stick, in it comes, but King is there to stop it and find Sophie Cox. This is Webster. Webster dispossessed by Twig.
New Zealand identifying them though, Webster, very good in the sense that there's only one forward in front of her, and therefore she held up the ball, won the free hit, and allowed the time for a team to get into position.
Up Lily is the call. Lee gets down well.
Yeah, England need to press. England need to close down New Zealand's central defender if they're going to get back into this game.
Charlton inside Twig, still going Sam Charlton. Into Mickelson, nope. Picked up, there's no one down this left flank for
There's
England.
absolutely no one in front of Lily Owsley. She's going to have to take this on a 1v1, but
Owsley 1v5.
that's where she just needs to be sensible, try and win the free hit, not try and take them all on, and take care of the ball so England can move high up the field as a unit.
Ansley takes the free hit to Unsworth. Across the field it goes. Shipley. Just no way through that black wall. And, now they get it into the circle, but once again Julia King is there. Webster. Webster drops it back out. King. Final 3 minutes then of the third quarter. Still no change to the half-time scoreline. It's New Zealand 2, England 1. The goal scorers for New Zealand, number 24 Rose Kettle and number 32 Anita Punt. The goal scorer for England, number 4 Laura Unsworth. All 3 goals coming from penalty corners. Aerial ball thrown, they picked out Merry, they have. Merry trying to put it into the circle. This is Shipley waiting for the ball to come down. It almost wouldn't come down for him. Webster gives away the free hit. And Danny Carey mentioned brains being fried at half-time. It is a matter for cool heads, calm heads.
Yeah, I think the majority of these girls in the England team, it's their first Champions Trophy and therefore their first quarter-final, and they really need to find a way now to claw their way back into this game so that they can reach a semi-final position. But at the same time, New Zealand have lost a lot of their experience, and they're both very new teams.
Shipley wins the 16 off Hayward. Run out of play by Susie Gilbert. England need to get hold of the ball here. New Zealand will be delighted. They're looking very, very solid right now. England can ill afford to concede the third goal. Mickelson into the circle, and good work from Webb. First time ball from show Lee. Let's put out a play. Lee, just no options for the England ball carrier.
No, everyone really congested in the centre of the field. I mean, I think they've attacked once down the left-hand side this whole third quarter. Everything's been down the right or through the centre, and New Zealand are just dealing with it time after time at the moment.
Well, here's Townsend. Can she make something happen? Townsend up against Grant. Onto her knees. Inside the final 20 seconds. Some urgency required from an England perspective. New Zealand will be more than happy to see them run the clock down, and it comes. And it's easily dealt with by Sally Rutherford, and I think that will be the last play of the third quarter, and New Zealand will go into the final quarter in front. There is the three-quarter time hooter, and New Zealand still have their one-goal lead over England. With 15 minutes left to play in this quarter-final, it's New Zealand 2, England 1. So New Zealand in the driving seat in this quarter-final. The winners of this one to face Australia, the losers Japan, and well, England need to score at least one goal in the final 15 minutes and concede nothing. All about belief, you just hear Sam Quek. It's all about belief, and it's all about keeping your shape and structure.
Aquí lo queremos escuchar. Más de cierto que queda un minuto de descanso para los equipos, 15 minutos de juego. Así se va a definir cómo quedan los equipos. Posteriormente, a las 20:30, se viene el partido con China. ¿Y quiénes van a jugar con China a las 20:30?
Danny Kerry got the whiteboard out, wanting more from his team. There's only 30 seconds left of this three-quarter time break.
The next goal. We don't want to defend. And composure. Move the ball, do the running, and we will win this. Come on, let's go. Quick, 22 seconds.
There you go, someone's watching the clock. 22 seconds. It's a New Zealand ball anyway. So it's England that need to be wary. But New Zealand, well, he says keep running. They have done an awful lot of running in this match so far. New Zealand get us underway then in this final quarter, the third quarter final on day 4 of competition at the 2014 Champions Trophy in Mendoza, and a chance for Mary to almost put New Zealand out of sight, but once again Maddie Hinch comes to England's rescue, and England caught napping from the restart.
Yeah, what a start there from New Zealand. I think that's the best start we've seen in any game this tournament so far. Anita Punt just searing through the centre of the field, and great skill to find that pass through to the player who's run right behind the England defence.
Here is Neil. Hayward drops it out. Charlton to Punt. Hunt sees her ball picked off by Sophie Bray, but Bray gives the possession back to Jordan Grant. Grant wins the free hit.
England really need to take care of the ball now. It's imperative they do that in this last 14 minutes. One more goal in this 2-2 and it goes to shuttles, you know, and they just have to have that in their mind, a belief to get one goal back in the game. They need someone in this team now who's going to lead by example and just get on the ball and make things happen.
Charlton drills it in, little touch from Unsworth, and Hinch doesn't want the long corner, so clears it up, and that's a good clearance from Maddie Hinch.
Great ball through there from Anita Punt to find the player coming in. Great dive in to try and get that ball on to go, but Maddie Hinch out again to close it.
Again, just too far in front of Mary, so she's gone with the one hand, which kind of helps England out. Punt on the reverse stick.
Interesting, a lot of players now running across the top of the circle and then throwing the ball in on a reversed pass, and that's very much what Ashley Jackson's done for years and years, running across the circle, little ball in, and more often than not that'll catch a foot because defenders don't expect it.
Pause in proceedings because Hinch has to deal with her kicker, and she might need that kicker because Anita Punt is making tracks towards that England circle once again. It's all the black sticks at the moment. And Holly Webb didn't know where the ball was. Mary round the corner, or tries to put it round the corner, off Shipley. Another free hit for New Zealand, and doing well in the circle for the moment is Haycroft. The penalty corner has been given. One person needs to speak. It's going to be Sam Quack. This is dangerous territory for England to refer, because it's an opinion by the umpire, and if they go upstairs, they're not going to. I think that's wise.
Yeah, good decision there by Sam Quack. I mean, Mickelson and Mary made that extremely difficult for the England defender to get out of that. Really good closing down, and really what a lot of coaches talk about in terms of keeping the ball in.
They could be in trouble here because the 40 seconds has elapsed and they haven't quite worked out what they're doing. Punt and Neil at the top. It's punt again. This time it's broken down at the top of the circle. Charlton onto reverse stick. Charlton with a shot. Pinch with the save. And off the foot of Neil. And one of the England players is down. Sam Quack.
Yeah, here we see the corner coming out to punt on the top, a missed trap, but doing really well. Should have laid that off there, so they could have slapped it in across the goal. Mary.
No, Mary's put the stick into the back of Sam Quack. That's why she's gone down. And Quack has really felt that one.
Yeah, she's had a few knocks in this tournament already, and I think that's not going to have helped her whatsoever.
Keep your eye on Sam Quack here. Bang! Just collides with Mary.
Everyone's so ball focused in those situations, you know, and they're going in opposite directions at speed, that collisions like that really do hurt.
So Sam Quack has to leave the field. And play can now continue. Webb to Unsworth. Unsworth to Townsend. Gives away the free hit. Here is Anita Punt. Good tackle from Holly Webb.
Punt's been involved more in this quarter, in the last 4 minutes, than she has in the whole game, and that's what they need in terms of a captain and leading forward.
She seems to have moved more into the centre of the park. She was on the flanks to start with, and she's on the flanks again. Bray. Again, too individualistic by England.
Yeah, too individual and just running in a straight line. They need to change the angle of attack to open up the space for themselves, create opportunities.
Oh, what a save! What a save from Maddie Hinch, but she can't make the double save. And Mickelson gives New Zealand a 2-goal lead. A brilliant reaction save from Maddie Hinch, pushing it up onto the bar, but Mickelson follows in her own shot.
Yeah, ball comes in, great deflection from Mickelson, great save, as you said, from Maddie Hinch, and just hits the crossbar, but yeah, defenders slow there and turn in, and the New Zealand girls get in there first to put that into the back of the goal. Great initial save from Maddie Hinch, but slower reactions from Webb there than Mickelson, and Mickelson gets a goal.
So with 11 minutes remaining in the match, England have the mountain to climb. They trail New Zealand by 3 goals to 1. We heard Mark Hagar saying the next goal is really important. It is really important. New Zealand have looked pretty solid in this game.
Yeah, and they've come out in the fourth quarter and gone guns blazing at England. You know, they were the ones with the 1 goal up, and they just wanted to get the next one on the score sheet. So, and they've done that, and it'd be interesting to see what they do now, whether they sit off or they just keep going.
England have got to find a second and third goal. They haven't scored more than 1 goal in any match in this tournament so far. And England, who beat New Zealand in Glasgow in the semi-final. Here is Owsley giving away the free hit, and from what we've seen in this tournament so far, you can't see England scoring 2 goals here.
No, I mean, that's been the disadvantage of them today, their weakness in terms of going forward and actually working together as a forward unit. They need to know where each other are and what kind of runs they're likely to do and what runs they're likely to do off the ball as well, and there's just none of that connection in higher up the field. I mean, evidently they miss Alex Danson. She's a huge part of their attacking play, and if she was on the field, we'd probably look to her to score the goal. But now that's what I'm saying, we need someone in the forward line in the midfield to stand up and take the ball at New Zealand and try and create those opportunities.
Shipley just gets dispossessed, or does she? No, she doesn't. It was Webster who's removed the heavy strapping from her right thigh. And Mickelson tries to leave it for her teammate, but just got that one slightly wrong.
Yeah, England need to take some risks now. They're 2 goals behind. They're all trying to get back and defend the ball, but they actually need to leave some players high in order that they can play it to them when they receive the ball in the defending lot.
There's no lack of effort from an England perspective, but it just doesn't seem to be the shape to get themselves back on level terms as Rutherford comes to clear. Doesn't quite fall for Susie Gilbert. This is Ansley. Ansley on the reverse stick, and Mary's got possession. Well, that'll be an England sideline ball. It's taken quickly by Lee. Lee wins the free hit. Gunson. King, cool under pressure, gets it clear. Here is Webster. Mary. Round Webb. And it's a sideline ball. Which Grant will take. New Zealand using that opportunity to make a line change. Seven and a bit minutes remaining for England to try and get back into this. 7 and a bit minutes for New Zealand to see out, and you'd say on the balance of what we've seen, they will see it out comfortably. A goal in the next minute or 2 might change that, but it would be a goal against the balance of play, certainly in this fourth quarter, and against balance of play on the match. Owsley wins possession. Mickelson's not going to touch the ball.
Yeah, England need to look to get the creative players and playmakers on the ball now. Lily Owsley and Susie Townsend.
Here's Twigg through Jordan Grant's legs, but Charlton's there to clear. And Riley Seymour wants the ball back outside the 25. Here is Lee. Lee trying to rifle that one in, but it's more hit and hope than anything else.
Yeah, the distances between the English players is a bit too far, and just meaning that you're going to have to try and hit the ball in rather than be able to play the 2v1 option.
Mickelson just took Lee and Unsworth straight out of things, and Well, England have got the ball there, and Unsworth takes it. Oh no, and Webb has lost it, and here's a chance for Webster. Webster's got to do it on her own. She's got a good reverse stick shot. She's found Mickelson. Mickelson tries to find Webster. Webster led to the post, and the chance for the time being has gone, but Webster's kept the ball in play. Webster.
Yeah, good work from Webster there against Holly Webb. Mickelson just needing to take that first touch moving forward.
Oh, I tell you what.
It wasn't far, was it?
Not far away from Webster.
England just haven't looked that threatening going forward today, have they? They've not been able to find that fifth gear, working very much as individuals.
That was the free hit a while back. England one down below our commentary position. Townsend to McCallan. Behind it. Housley. Housley keeps it in play. Housley driving to the baseline. That's out of play. Inside the final 4.5 minutes. New Zealand 3, England 1. I don't think there can be many complaints about the scoreline. Free hit. Now a chance here for England if they can make this count. McCallan into the circle. McCallan, will she shoot? She does shoot, but the shot didn't have much pace on it, and it's straight at Sam Charlton, who makes a solid block. So the top two teams in the respective pools so far are doing the business. It looks like it's going to be an Australia-New Zealand semi-final. That promises to be a really interesting affair. The two countries played out a 3-test series just before this Champions Trophy. It was in New Zealand. That's a lovely ball, a beautiful ball from Mickelson, which punt can't keep alive. England survive.
At the beginning of this quarter, it was punt that ball through, and this time she's the one trying to get out on the end of it. Had she got on that, there would have been an absolutely great opportunity. Great work from Mickelson and a good lead from punt to get in behind, and just hasn't got that first touch to control it.
As I was saying, Australia and New Zealand played a 3-test series in the run-up to this Champions Trophy. New Zealand lost the series, but were 2-0 up in a couple of matches and drew one of them 2-all and drew the other one 3-all. So Australia coming from behind, but they, as I say, Australia did win the series, and I would imagine go into the semi-final as favourites, certainly on form shown here in Argentina. England have 2.5 minutes to pull a Houdini trick here. Townsend's trying to do her best. Charlton with the foul. McCallan takes it. McCallan into the circle, and well, the penalty corner's been given, and this is going to be referred.
Penalty corner to England.
What do you ask me? 6-1. Your stick for the break for the England. 1:30, Mariana. Straight. You no foul. Okay. All right, compliment. Carol. Mariana.
So no foul, I think.
The New Zealand players tell me no foul into the circle. Okay. Right.
So Cal Matchett will have a look at this. Doesn't go 5 anyway, does it? Before it gets played into the circle.
Yeah, there's been quite a few of those. I think this tournament has not been really watched, but yeah, I'm not really sure. She said it was a foul on an England player as she was coming into the circle, unless she's meaning the player at the top of the circle. But there was
No,
an
it's there. It must be this foul on Bray, but I don't know.
Foul. So New Zealand keeps the referral, and it's a bully. Bully. Okay.
I think that's the right result. That is the point of the video referral. So a bully at the head of the circle between Unsworth and Mickelson.
England have got more players behind the ball than in front of the ball. They're 3-1 down with 2 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock.
And it comes, deflected goalwards. That's got to be dangerous. Unsworth wants to refer it. He's told not to. Good work from punt. And New Zealand are going to get to within 1 in their head-to-head against England. It will be England 12, New Zealand 11 after this one. And Sarah Thomas, New Zealand worthy winners.
Yes, on this occasion I believe they are. I mean, they've showed much more in terms of going forward than the England team have today, and when they've needed to, they've been very clinical and got those goals. The way they started the fourth quarter for me was the most important moment. Manita Punt was getting on the ball, they were getting their key players on the ball, and they were creating opportunities and did enough to get that third goal and put it out of reach for England.
Well, we've had goals in quarters 1, 2 and 4. New Zealand will prepare for their semi-final against Australia, which will be on Saturday. As Sophie Cox looks to put the icing, or the cherry on the top of the icing of the cake. But Anthony wins it back. Gilbert inside. And Hayward clears out inside the final minute. Ansley throws the aerial looking for Watton. Watton's in the back, and Watton misses. Well, Ellie Watton looking for a third goal of the tournament, almost gave England a consolation goal. Route 1 stuff.
Yeah, completely touches that and gives it a little tap towards goal, and somehow it's missed it. Initially I thought that was going in from that angle, and then all of a sudden it just started going towards the right, and the goalkeeper was completely gone.
Didn't really get hold of it, Ellie Watton. Final 10 seconds then. New Zealand will be semi-finalists at this Champions Trophy in Mendoza. And there is the final hooter. New Zealand have defeated England by 3-1, and they are in the semi-final. Congratulations to them. Well, I don't think England can have any complaints at all. They will be very disappointed, of course, because the opportunity to play in a Champions Trophy semi-final was up for grabs. But New Zealand, pretty comprehensive on the day. And as I say, they will be preparing for the match against Australia on Saturday. It's distraught for England, but it's joy for New Zealand. The Black Sticks comprehensively outplaying England, and they have beaten England by 3-1. So Thomas, let's have a look at some of the highlights, and this is the first goal. The deflection off Rose Kettle coming in from the right-hand flank, and that's a good goal, but England back on level terms within a minute.
Yeah, great goal from Laura Unsworth, really precise in what she's doing with that slap to the far corner, and managed to get just enough lift on it for it to bypass the keeper. Great goal there from Punt, taking an awful deflection off McCallan, I think it was, there to go into the back of the goal. Great save there from Maddie Hinch. Rebounds off the crossbar back to the floor, and Mickelson was first to the ball. And here we see the cross in. There it is, Mickelson just finishing it off. Maddie Hinch didn't know much about that on the second turn, but made a great save on the initial one.
Well, let's see the match in black and white, and well, England just 2 shots from 10 penetrations. New Zealand 7 from 11, so the penetration is pretty similar, but the shots heavily in New Zealand's favour. More possession. Look at those 8 penalty corners as well, so it really was a dominant display by the Black Sticks, and as I say, they are through to the semi-final. Right, let's get some reaction from the New Zealand camp. Mel Clulo is pitch side.
Stacey, well played today. Obviously you can see the celebrations from the team, but for you personally, you look like you're having a great time up front.
Yeah, I think today I would definitely improved a bit. I've been pretty rusty up there and haven't been able to track the ball so far, so it was good to play a little bit better today in such an important game.
And looking forward to your semi-final against Australia. What are you hoping to take from today's game into that semi-final?
I think just the pressure that we put on England today was really good. We came out really strong, and that's something that we've been working on, starting really aggressively, and we'll try and do the same against Australia. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time and good luck in that semi-final.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you to Stacey Mickelson for giving us her time. And disappointments for England, but they've got to pick themselves up and come back on Saturday when they will take on Japan. And we've got one quarter-final remaining. The hosts, Argentina, up against China. But the winner of that one will face the Netherlands. And Australia, as we've said, will face New Zealand. Australia beating Japan by 4-1. The Dutch just getting the one against Germany despite dominating possession and territory. Well, Sarah Thomas, disappointing for England, but they can have no real complaints, and they've got to pick themselves up now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they will be disappointed, and from Danny's perspective, he'll be disappointed because he always wants teams to experience semi-finals and potentially finals, so they experience that pressure, and especially in front of an Argentinian crowd, you know, you don't get many opportunities to do that. But yeah, in terms of them moving forwards, they've got to take the positives they can from this game and try and do more up in the attacking areas.
Well, they had their opportunity, England, but sadly, from their perspective, they couldn't take it. But Anita Punt and her team certainly took their opportunity. They have put England to the sword. They are into the semi-final against Australia, and we have just one quarter-final left remaining. That is Argentina against China. But New Zealand have won the third quarter-final. They beat England by 3-1.